dream is real.
Get up, get up, get up.
It's about to go down. Newsflash.
Wake up, wake up, wake up.
Slacking on your pimpin', turn it up.
You know, if you're gonna shoot, you better shoot straight because a wounded animal is the worst thing you can deal with.
Facts.
Welcome to the Baller Alert Show, featuring your lifestyle specialist, Kenny Burns, with Sue Solo and Ferrari Simmons.
The dream is real.
Lifestyle specialist Kenny Burns.
Kid Ferrari Simmons.
Your favorite Ethiopian Sue Solo is back. Goodness.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
I
miss y'all.
We be missing you.
I be missing y'all too.
See, I don't think y'all realize, Balden, she has a certain smell to it. It's part detergent / perfume, and it's a holy mix. You know what I'm talking about? A holy mix.
Try to make sure I smell fresh.
Is it Egyptian musk? What is it? What is the fragrance? I need to know.
I actually do a perfume cocktail. I do
a perfume cocktail.
So oils or just
no perfume?
Okay.
Burberry Weekend and flower.
Well, don't tell them.
It's okay.
Oh, okay.
That's not gonna smell the same on
Yeah,
different
different chemistry gives you different results. So it's all good.
There is a.
But I love a perfume cocktail.
There's a non-chomper. You like the incense non-chomper, right? There's a spray for your car. And I had smelt a girl walk past. I was like, "Yo, you smell like non-chomper." She was like, "I don't wear it, but I got a secret. It's my car spray." So sometimes, you know,
it wears on her.
So big shout out to Nung Champa. If you haven't experienced Nung Champa, it's very spiritual.
Interesting.
Shout out to people that just smell good.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, how about that?
How about that?
They smell good and wash their clothes.
You know what I'm saying? Yes.
That means you have washers and dryers at the house, and
Right.
You got to use the beads so the scent lasts for like almost 2 weeks. That's what it is.
sauce.
Yeah. Get the downy
laundry
beads. Yes.
Because you do be smelling fresh.
Oh, well, thank you. I try.
Okay.
I went, all through my childhood smelling like an Ethiopian child.
All right, Rory, how was your weekend, Rory?
My weekend was great. Saturday was an emotional day for me. I DJ'd 4 parties in one day.
Give it up for Rory.
That was dope.
Fucking DJ.
Because a year ago, I wasn't DJing shit.
Come on.
And today's my daughter's birthday. She's 2 today.
Happy birthday, Chase.
Put a badass on the screen.
Give me a kiss,
Love you, baby. She don't like nobody but me.
That's right.
She don't want nobody touching me.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
No, that hurts my
One
feelings.
day you gonna get your shotgun out.
Damn.
It
Yeah.
hurts my feelings. I'd be like, Chase, give me a hug.
Rory daycare at the house. Everybody there.
Yeah.
Got my 10-year-old for the summer.
Oh, I got the clip. I got to show y'all the show. They edited the thing.
Oh.
I bet.
Yeah, it's
You
dope.
show?
It's
I was
dope.
waiting for
It's
you to
funny?
decide
Okay.
what-
I'm excited to see
Okay.
y'all expressions after
All
seeing
right.
it.
Okay. All right, cool.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Sue Solo, how was your weekend, baby?
Weekend was really great. My niece graduated, so somehow
Congratulations to the niece.
I love you. I'm so proud of you. I think you're gonna do amazing in college, but please come home like every weekend, okay?
Let that
She-
child
I
live.
don't know
No,
about
don't
every
live too
weekend.
much. Please don't live too much.
I don't know
But
about every weekend. What?
I'm just nervous thinking about this. Anyways, I love you. Please come home every single weekend, okay? What else happened? My dinner series launched.
Yeah, we talked about that.
That's super lit.
Thank
Yeah,
you
we
so
talked
much.
about
It was
Senseless.
awesome. Senseless by Sue Solo. It's a 3-course meal, blindfolds, cocktails. It was super sexy.
Put it on the screen.
Only 20 reservations the whole night. So if you guys want to come through, you can email me, reach@susolo.com, and we will take care of your reservations from there. And then what else happened?
Wait, so I need to know. So you curate the dinner. You have a chef. Give us a little taste.
So it's a 3-course meal. Your appetizer and
back
your
on the
dessert are shared with your date, and then you both have your own courses. Reservations are available for 2 or 4 people, so it's a date night, a girls' night out. But every course is paired with a cocktail, and you're blindfolded every time you taste the cocktail. We literally design the dishes and the cocktails to pair so that the flavors are like robust and like just wild and in your mouth.
In your mouth.
Pause.
Hello.
And,
That's not a pause. That's food.
It's food, yeah. And Keshi and I actually just finally launched the Loft Brunch at Brooklyn. And our boy Rotimi came by, and I was so super grateful for that. Came by, had a good time. We definitely made
Rotimi
sure
also,
to-
you know.
Yeah, Rotimi.
Rotimi.
My Nigerian brother.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll just say that.
You like your butterscotch.
Yeah.
Nigerian
Butterscotch.
butterscotch.
It's been
Nigerian
great.
butterscotch.
It's been really great. The curating events is going really well, and then Streets Time 405 with Ferrari's going really well. Ball Alert is awesome. Everything is just great, man. Energy is just
growing.
awesome. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
We
Feel
love,
really good.
We love your glow.
She working the boards too. Like she
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
doing the thing.
Rari has been on me. Like, he texted me yesterday, like, yo, you're doing the boards by yourself all this week.
I ain't helping
like,
her all week.
Add engineer to that plate.
See? Engineer.
I feel like, you know, I'm going to be like
Brilliant.
unstoppable.
That's
you know what I'm saying?
You are.
Because we are behind you and we love you.
Thank you. What's up with you, Kenny Burns?
I got a whole thing to talk about, but I want to get into in case you missed it so I can talk about it. And now it's time for In Case You Missed It.
Just in case you missed it.
Ladies and gentlemen, sending prayers out to the family in Virginia Beach.
Yes.
They had a mass shooting down there.
12 people, right?
Yeah, 12 people. Mental health is real, y'all. Y'all have to, you know, pay attention to the signs, man. You know, and I want to say something about the you know, these workplaces, man. These people that work for you, yes, they're your employees, but you have to pay attention to your employees. You have to lock in and see what's going on. You just can't have people come in, you not know who they are, not checking in on them and their families. You have to know these things.
I didn't know much about it, so he was an employee. I didn't read the article, so.
Yeah, I think he's a
disgruntled employee.
Wow.
Yeah, so,
Wow.
But yeah, prayers go out to the family in Virginia Beach.
Definitely.
Also, the famous drug kingpin, Frank Lucas, American Gangster, was made about him and his journey, which, you know, our brother Denzel, Big Brother Almighty Denzel Washington played. He died at 88. I really loved that movie. It's one of the gangster flicks that really was shot amazingly.
Yeah.
And the first time
With an all-star cast.
Yeah, with an all-star
Ruby
cast.
D. You had
Even T.I. was in there, remember?
Yeah, T.I. was in there.
Common?
Yeah, Common.
All-star cast. And it almost make you have compassion for a snitch a little bit. I mean, not really, but the story and the way it was told had you a little more interested in you.
And then, you know, they did a little extra in the movie to make it the movie. But
100%.
Yeah.
100%. But that was amazing
So
movie
everything
shot.
wasn't
American
true?
Gangster. If you haven't seen it, make sure you
some
guys
things was embellished a little
Got
bit
it.
or exaggerated.
Yeah, for the
for
storyline.
all movies. I think all
Yeah.
movies.
Yeah, for a good story.
You got to pull the people in.
Nah, but that coat and the hat he had on, he really wore that though.
That was real.
Shouldn't have wore that, but you know.
Put the picture on screen. That was-
Yeah, I want to see
Put
that.
the original one and Denzel.
The
Yeah,
infamous picture of him in the front.
damn near the same coat. Hell,
But
Go
that
to the
was
boxing.
like, I mean, if you think about the era and the time, that was expensive.
yeah.
Yeah,
that was-
he was showing out.
Yeah, one time for the new artist Megan Thee Stallion.
Hey, that's my
Monster
Hey,
partner.
Megan Thee
cleaned
Stallion.
up for hotties to combat
my partner.
global warming. The new
I think that
artist,
is so
Megan Thee
dope.
Stallion,
Yeah.
different cause. I don't really hear things like that from new artists.
She's really smart. Rari and DC interviewed her over on Streets once, and just like sidebar conversation, she's really smart.
And she's a dope artist, too.
She's a dope artist. She's compassionate. I think she's a normal human being that actually has real concerns, and she wants to make sure that she's using
Is she
her
tall,
platform
Rari?
to do it.
Yeah,
she's
she's tall.
as hell.
We actually,
She's a stallion.
yeah, she's.
Let me see.
She's taller than me.
Thick.
She's a stallion now.
She's a stallion.
You know, I mean, not sexually.
I think she might be a little bit
She's a
taller.
stallion. I remember we interviewed
She
her.
look like you just want to grab her and put her in the, you know what I'm talking about? And then
What Trey Songz said, knock your head off for the culture. But I met her. We met her originally in 2017. Got in trouble for interviewing her on the radio because
Really?
because it was kind of like an unsigned.
Oh, yeah,
she was unsigned.
nobody
Yeah.
on.
Who is that? Who is that?
Well, big
Fast
shout
forward
to
now.
Megan Thee
New
Stallion.
album is
She's
Dope
awesome.
Fever out now.
I love her personality.
Her music is dope.
Yeah, she's dope.
Yeah,
She's
she's
super
dope. She can
and I
rap.
I meant that with all love.
I think she's gonna go really far.
wrestling you. Summer Jam was this weekend, y'all. Migos, Cardi B, Davido. Davido.
Davido.
He says
You don't care.
My brother.
Davido.
His real name's David.
If I tell you, say I love you. Oh,
Hey,
my money, my body.
yo, oh,
Put that
baby.
banana on you. Bang.
I'm.
Sorry. Okay, great. I want to say this about Meek Mill's performance. I think Meek Mill is the one of his generation. I think after seeing his composure, the way he raps now, his energy and his fucking swag, I mean, he's giving GOAT talk. Not GOAT as in all time,
He's
but
ascending.
GOAT for his generation.
He's ascending. I
Definitely
don't
ascending.
want to give him number one yet. Kendrick, J. Cole, still my guys.
Yeah,
Drake.
Yeah, but when it comes to that street shit and
Kendrick,
putting that y'all
J. Cole.
together,
They from the street.
Kendrick,
I don't
J.
know.
Cole.
K-Dot.
I don't know.
This is my
He different. A
Right
different
now-
street. A different.
right now. I'm doing Kendrick, J. Cole. Well, okay, if it's me, Ferrari, J. Cole, Kendrick, Drake, Meek.
Okay, can I just classify then? I'm saying street culture rap.
Meek.
He's the one.
I mean, yeah.
I'm talking about the lines of history. I'm talking about Big, Jay-Z, like You know what I'm saying?
I think a part of the fascination is like seeing where he came from and then seeing what he did with his situation.
Right.
That's really what it is. Everybody's looking at like, okay, wow, not only did he go through this, but he's really communicating it really well. So I think that's giving him like a little extra push. You know?
I teach my sons all the time. It's the swag. It's
totally
how you carry yourself. Like
yeah.
He's at a different strategy.
Yeah, he's talking that talk now.
He's doing really well. He's doing a really good job.
The reform thing is amazing. We salute you, Meek. Keep doing that. Marseille Martin, y'all remember her from the movie Little, right?
Yes,
that was
the producer.
Her idea. She was a producer. She's producing another film.
Wow.
Universal called Amari and the Night Brothers.
Okay.
This is a child, y'all, out here producing things.
How old
That's
is
dope.
she?
The dream is real.
How old is she?
She's young.
She's
Black
like
magic.
She like teenager,
Black girl
teenager.
Like early teenagers. Google that. She's definitely
I
early.
think
She's like 16. She's about to be
14,
16
15.
because she about to. She was asking at the
She
end.
be looking kind of grown
Oh,
sometimes.
so she's
said
14.
when,
She's 15, 16.
Yeah, she's like 15 and she's about to be
Talking about
16.
her body.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. So big shout out to Marseille Martin. You go, girl. Did y'all see the post that Baller Alert did with the most iconic moments in Black TV history? Did y'all see that?
Man, I
When
missed
they
that.
had
Oh,
Josie
I did
Martin
see.
episode when Martin came down and said, "Oh yeah," and he was going back and forth.
I saw the Family Matters one.
I want to ask y'all, what's y'all most memorable moment in Black TV history?
For me, it was Fresh Prince of Bel-Air when Will broke down about not having his
They
father's
had
love.
that one.
Yeah,
They had
that was a real moment. Like he played that really well, as he did many other things, but that really stood out to
Yeah,
me.
he killed that. What about you, Art?
Martin comes to mind, and my favorite part was when Pam walks in to when Biggie was in the room,
Oh, right,
and then
in the
Pam
apartment.
walks in the apartments and struts and like does her whole
Yeah, yeah.
yo, what's up? That's my favorite.
So, Rara, you got a favorite Black television moment?
I want to say mine is Will Smith on the last episode when he's standing in the room. He got on those. He got on those Columbia blue, Columbia white 11, Jordan 11s. Loud.
He remembers.
And I ain't had no money, and I ain't had them. I was like, damn, I wish I had them.
He used to go.
Put it on the screen.
I
Look at them 11s. Them things clean as fuck.
I think my most
Okay.
memorable moment when Dwayne Wade, because if you watch A Different World and you was following Dwayne Wade and Whitley.
Ooh, that was a good one.
She was getting married.
Oh, yeah.
I'm talking about, and we posted, go to ballalert.com if you haven't seen, but when
Ooh,
that happened, he
that
was
one
like,
touched my heart.
I get goosebumps right now. You know, I'm a
And these
little
are
man.
90s, right?
This is the 90s.
Okay,
Yeah, this is 90s.
we were
But
talking
all
about
time,
90s.
you can say of all time. I have some great memories of good times. I have some great memories, like as a child.
See, I was gonna go with the game when Melanie.
This nigga said the game.
Damn.
When
Melody
you
called
don't
Derwin cheating, and she was like, "Tell me to my face, you didn't sleep with her, Derwin."
Baller Nation, we want to know what your favorite Black television show of all time is, or moment in Black television history.
Are there any new Black shows that you guys like right now?
I want to know. That's a great question for Baller Nation. For sure.
Boomerang is pretty good on
Boomerang, of
BET.
course.
I like well, that's an old. I like the Soul Train story a little, but it's.
Oh yeah,
it's an
American
old-
Soul.
yeah. I don't know. That's a great question.
Oh,
Yeah.
I be on
We need
Netflix,
more.
man.
We
There's
do need
no
more.
Different Worlds and Cosby
You
shows.
got
That's
Blackish.
No Martins.
You got
no Martin.
I think Boomerang
Blackish.
has
Blackish
the
is
I like
really
Blackish.
Good.
yeah.
Blackish, there you go.
Blackish is good.
You got
Blackish.
they got
That's it.
Grownish, they got Mixedish now.
Mixed dish. Wow, they going to.
That's-
I
Remember,
did
remember the
see
Steve
that.
Harvey
What's
show?
wrong with y'all?
Yeah, I remember the Steve Harvey.
Steve Harvey show was hard, man.
Steve Harvey show
Yeah.
was good. Y'all president.
Y'all's president
Donald
is at
Trump
it again.
is tripping again. He called Meghan Markle nasty, then tried to backtrack and say he didn't call her nasty.
And it was-
the audio.
it's a whole audio.
She's nasty. He said that. Everybody heard it. Played it back 211 times on CNN. He also is trying to put tariffs on Mexico. You know, a lot of cars are made up through and then come up and through here, and so that's going.
Guacamole going
So
from an
go
extra
on buy
dollar
a
to
car
$3.
Right, exactly. Go on buy a car right now because the tax is going to be serious. I already went to Benz. They pissed me off. I'm going to buy a new car today, and it's not going to be a Benz because y'all fucked up after 19 years. But I'm telling everybody these
Yeah, because I remember you had that G-Wagon.
Yeah, I've had 98. I had 3 G wagons, 2. I mean, like Benz. Y'all tripping, Benz. Okay, and also y'all just check this out. He while tweeting on the toilet, he tried to become an activist for the LGBT community, and he said he's calling all nations to decriminalize homosexuality. Now, I just want that.
Who said this?
sizzle
The
in your
Orange
spirit.
Man? The same person we were just talking
I
about?
just want that to sizzle in your spirit. This is Donald Trump tweeting saying that He's saluting all the LGBT community contributors to the nation and this, that, and the third. Then he goes
unless you're black or Hispanic.
He even says that some people kill you for being gay, some countries. And he's inviting those countries with his administration to battle and decriminalize homosexuality. You know what it sounds like? Idiot. Everything is a ploy, a plot. You know what I'm talking about?
How does he care what's going on in other countries when he doesn't even want other people coming here from other countries?
Presidential campaign.
He doesn't care about anything.
And so he's saying
but that
what he's going to say.
It doesn't make sense. It makes no sense at all.
He didn't run on that. That is not like, and my thing is like, you clearly are not about people, let alone the LGBT community. Like what?
If he is president for another term,
he won't be,
as he should not be. I will be absolutely disgusted, especially after knowing his involvement or like his interest in the Central Park 5 case. Like I watched When They See Us this weekend, and I could not believe that he actually paid. I think it was like $85,000 to get an ad out to try to get the death penalty back in place.
And that's the next thing I wanted to. I'm glad you
like he's really invested in fucking people up.
Yeah, and he has been. And you know, speaking of that's the next topic. When They See Us came out, big shout out to Ava.
It was amazing.
And everybody, yes, it was tragically phenomenal. And I say that because the story was told and shot unbelievably. You were invested in each character. You were locked into what was going on. But you know what was so tragic for me, and I want to hear you guys and what you have to say about it. And I'm glad I was going to hit y'all and be like, yo, watch this, but I
totally did.
It's like 5 hours. Last night.
The first night I started watching, I stayed up till about 5 o'clock in the morning and didn't even realize I was 3 episodes in.
Yeah, it's 4 total. So yeah. So anyway, I was looking at it and it bugged me out because in 88, 89, they started introducing these mandatory minimums on the drug side of things, and you had to do a certain amount of time, drug-free zones around schools, all these things, and all the laws. This is back when I don't know if you've been seeing all this stuff with Joe Biden's been popping up about how he's the grandfather of basically black destruction and criminalization, whatever, in the justice system. And then like for me, I'm looking at these motherfuckers, and they're like a little older than me, right? And I'm like, they look like them now. I'm like they went through hell. Like, so you imagine. Let's just set the tone. You are a teenager, 14, 15 to 16 years old, and you are in the park. You're really on some neighborhood shit. Back then, you left the house in the morning. You came home at night. That's just what you did, and you ran the neighborhood. Your parents would like be home by street lights or
street lights. Come on, and show your ass in the house,
right? But this is what you did, and yes, people did dumb shit. But when I tell you, this prosecutor had it out for these boys, and for me, it registered in a whole nother way. I actually did a whole IGTV story yesterday. It registered in a whole nother way, and it goes back to fear. When I saw those little boys terrified. They were terrified and were coerced into basically admitting. If you watch the shows, you see that admittance is what got them locked up because they had no evidence of anything else. No semen, no DNA, no nothing, right? And so when I think about fear and how we're injected with fear all the time, like when you go to the airport, back in after 9/11 for like 5 years, every time you go to the airport, it's beating in your brain. We're on orange alert. If you see something, say something. I mean, everywhere you go is fear. You look at commercials in the media, everything is fear. Oh, the Mexicans are coming. We got to protect the borders. Like, but that's a cultural issue that we have to define. That is a cultural issue that we must stand. We cannot teach our babies to be scared. We have to equip them with the knowledge of the laws and their rights. And we have to also, especially young children, don't say nothing.
Don't say nothing.
Nothing. Until your parents or representation is there.
Don't say shit.
You don't have to say nothing. I don't give a fuck if they whoop your ass. They can't kill you. Take that ass whooping. I'm telling you. Because the boys
it's better than going to jail for 14 years for something you didn't do.
And Corey Wise, they fucking tortured that little boy.
Yeah, I was telling Rari this morning, Rari and Rios, that Corey Wise has like a special place in my heart. They all had a traumatic experience, but Corey ended up in that position just trying to support his friend when he got picked up. Like, he wasn't even there. Like, none of them did anything, but he wasn't even there.
They went to take him. Corey was there. They like, no, you're not on the list. He's like, I'm gonna go down with him anyway, because his mom would be mad basically if I don't get him home. Unreal how they did these boys, and because of them, laws did change, things did change. But if you look at the system, shit ain't changed. Technically, I mean, a law change, okay, yeah, but you still got people incarcerated to this day and wrongfully accused, and it's just a testament to like how the system is set up against us.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? And it's facts, but it's nothing to live in fear about, and that's what I don't want. Like I think a lot of, because I saw, like, I had like 300 comments or whatever, but I was seeing all the people posting, and I'm reading comments, and the whole thing, we got to do something. Let's get the lady who, you know what I'm saying, the lady who deserves to be
Well, she should definitely go to jail.
She should be in jail, because they fucking fixed all of it.
And I agree that all of her cases should be reopened.
Yeah. 100%.
And anything she's ever done should be reopened.
And then she deactivated her
social media.
Yeah. But then we can't teach fear though, and that's my bottom line. I think because they were scared, they reacted the way that they
were children.
And if you look at like Kevin and his father,
yeah, they were kids. His
father told him to lie because of his
fear,
his fear of the judicial system and what he'd been through.
Well, his father was also threatened. Like the officer went to him and was like, "Oh, you got a really good job, don't you?
Fear,
oh, you did it." Yeah. So he was traumatized. Like you.
But you got to know your rights.
Who goes to jail or who goes to prison and comes out and is 100% right? Nobody. No, like nobody. And because they don't want their child to go through that, he's just like, oh my God.
Yeah, but his child. This is my thing. If you are a parent and you went through something like that, it is, I went through it. It's traumatic, right? You become an animal because you have to survive. But if my son tells me he did nothing, if my daughter says he didn't, there's no way in hell I'm telling him to lie because of the judicial system and how unfairly a lot of people are treated. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because like even with me, like it was mandatory minimums. I got fucking locked up in a drug-free zone. That's mandatory sentencing. But because I could shift in the relationships that I had, one of my best friend's father was the biggest lawyer. Right? He couldn't do it because of bias, but he gave me the second biggest lawyer, and that's how I got the 6 months in the probation, like because of the lawyer, and they didn't have that. If you even looked at the Raymond Santana's lawyer, this motherfucker he wasn't even in the shit. He was presenting for his client, said 2 words, sat down, and then eventually he was like, "Fuck, we could win," and he presented a hell of a case, and then the lawyer was like, "Yo, thank you for finally coming to the party," but it's totally about access. It's totally about bail. 3 of them couldn't get out
because they couldn't have bail.
Because they couldn't make bail. I mean, but
there's people sitting in jail right now in Atlanta, Georgia, because they can't make a $1,200 bail.
Yeah, and it's sad.
Facts though.
This place is so trash. The system is disgusting. It's made to get you to come right back. When you come out, you have no social skills. You don't know how to run your finances. You don't know what technology is happening right now. Like you walk out and you're just screwed.
Like the dude Raymond Santana, he came home. He had to end up going sell drugs because everywhere he went, you can't be by a felon.
Yeah, so what you gonna do?
So what the fuck you supposed to do?
That's how the rich stay rich. You have to have a certain amount of people who are poor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I want to say this, and
that's crazy. You said that.
It's very true. What you said. It's very true. But it's fear. It's all of our innate fear. It's hereditary.
It's decades of trauma.
We've been taught to fucking do and say what they want to say. And and then generations after generations get better. But
that's that keep your head down mentality. Just keep your head down.
Not knowing that our point of origin is kings and queens.
Yeah, but even the mentality can still, and this is what I'm saying about fear. It's like, it's mental. It's like you tell your children you pump confidence into your children. You don't want, if you hear of a fight or a squabble or this, that, you're like, nah, you don't let nobody X, Y, and Z, but you still want to control the situation. I teach my children to control the situation. Because if you're in control, you can better react to the shit you,
totally.
You know what I'm saying? And my whole thing is like, because we are conditioned systematically, you know what I'm saying? We got to be a little bit more on a swivel with our decision making. You know what I'm saying? And it's not hard. It's rights. You don't have to say nothing, young America, if you don't want to. If the police is badgering you outside. The one kid told on fucking, whatchamacallit, I was hanging out with such. They went and got him. My point is, you don't do that. That's 101. I didn't do nothing. I need my mother or father. I need my mother and father. I need my lawyer. I don't know nothing. I need my mother and father. If you are a juvenile, that's your right. So I got so heated. I don't even know if you watched my thing yesterday, but I couldn't even speak at first because I was so flabbergasted.
I'm gonna watch it today.
I think everybody need to check it out on Netflix.
Yeah,
Everybody.
there are so many
Different
people that
names.
are saying that they don't want to watch it, but
That's what I
think-
said today,
yeah,
and then
that's-
Sue was like, "You have
the
to watch
reason
it." I
that
was
you
like,
don't want to watch it is exactly why you should.
It strengthens
It's exactly
That's
why
exactly
you
what you
should.
told me.
We
When they
need
see
to know.
us.
you. It strengthens you.
We need to know.
And it makes you aware of what was before you. Because trust me, they had it way more fucked up than today. People still getting locked up. People still being treated unfairly. But it was way worse.
Well, yeah.
And you need to see that.
This
'Cause all of us-
1989.
Yeah, just like you on the phone. You remember you said you was on the phone and you were trying to get to work. I just got the next day I got stopped because I'm trying and I wasn't on the phone. I made a turn, but the person couldn't. She couldn't. It was a female cop. She couldn't get on me like that because I was like, listen, there's a fire truck in the lane where I'm supposed to turn. The only way to the freeway is this way. If you could just understand that I'm trying to go around the truck and not cause any more traffic, then. But I had a way of explaining myself, and I was aware, like I wasn't, you know what I'm saying, like just stuck. And she was like, "Well, you're gonna get $160." I talked my way out the ticket because I'm like, how are you moving traffic and not directing it around? So my point is, y'all, just know your rights, know what you are doing. If you wrong, tell the truth. And I'm not saying this to drug dealers with pounds and weed and all this shit. I'm saying it to people like, if there's something that happened, I was in the park, I didn't do shit. I was with my friends. Yeah, I saw all that, but I don't know what you're talking about. And that's all you, and then no more until your lawyer, or matter of fact, don't even say shit. Like I said.
Just don't say nothing.
Just don't say shit.
Don't say nothing.
Let your
But-
lawyer speak.
Call my mom, my dad.
Right, but don't
That's
ever
it.
lie because someone is telling you what to say. They told all
Because you
them
feel
babies they
pressure.
could go home that night.
Yep.
Sign this, do this, and you go home that night. I want to fuck them cops up. They
I asked Sue, where the cops at?
Well, there were some cops that you could see like little glimpses of the movie that felt bad. Like they started to feel remorseful, but they had to keep going. They just kept it going.
Too far in.
Yeah,
Okay.
I promise you, and I tell my sons this too. Bullies, people that want to enforce their power on you in the wrong way, say something off the rip. Don't let that shit, like the dude came into jail, Corey Wise, the light skinned cop in Rikers. First thing he asked Corey was like, "What you got for me?" But Corey not in the system. He don't know what that.
The Caucasian officer.
No,
yes.
he was light skinned. He was black.
Child,
Bald
he
head,
definitely look Caucasian to me.
Yeah, light skinned black. So he said, "You got something for me?" And all it was pay to play. I need some of your commissary. Give me Nestle bars, whatever. But they had the dudes fuck him up so that he would know he need protection. Okay, well, guess what you got to do? You got to go to solitary. I don't know if you saw that.
Yes.
But they told
Yes.
you.
Sue broke all it down today.
Yeah.
But that's smart though. But also solitary breaks you down because
If-
you in a box all day. And this particular set, he had no window. It was just sad, man.
But everybody go check it out when
Yeah,
they
please
see
watch.
us.
Ava, thank
Please
you.
watch.
We
Ava
needed this.
DuVernay.
We needed this so badly. Thank
Yeah.
you so much for
On
taking the
Netflix.
time
You gonna
on
rave.
this.
You're
Thank
gonna
you.
be upset in your spirit. You're gonna want to fight everybody. I even had people comment, we gotta do something. No, we don't have to do nothing to nobody. We gotta teach the next generation
100%.
on how to act
Facts.
and how to be.
100%.
And now it's time for Baller Mail.
All right, y'all. This one's a big one.
Come on.
I need all hands on deck.
It's like something in my throat.
Dear Baller Alert Show.
Hey, yo.
So my wife and I, we've been married for 7 years, are going through a tough situation. We got married young and have a child together. Of course, we argue from time to time, but what married couple doesn't?
That's right.
Anyway, about a month ago, I found out she was dealing with another guy who lives in another state. I called her out on it, and at first she seemed like she didn't want to stop talking to him for me, but then told me she would and that she wanted to work things out with me. I just recently saw that she still talks to this guy. She told me she had never had any sexual relations with the guy, but it's hard to believe if she can't stop talking to him. We live together and have a child together. What should I do?
Oh, so bottom line is, she's with somebody.
She's
Having
married.
an emotional
She's
relationship
She's married
with someone.
to
an
this guy. They
emotional
were
affair.
married young.
Okay.
She's talking to this guy.
So she has this friend, this
Out of
workout
state.
buddy, this whatever.
Nah, he's out of state.
No, he doesn't live in the
But
same
the
state.
husband doesn't know too much because he doesn't know too much.
Right.
He doesn't know if they had
So
sex
he's
or they.
wondering.
Yeah,
What's your
he's
relationship?
basically
She said no.
going off of what she says.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he says he don't know. If they done slept together or not. What should he do?
A couple things from the longest tenured person in a relationship. You have to be understanding to your partner and know that they're going to have friends. you also need to have an understanding on what that friendship is, especially when it's a separate, when it's the other sex, the opposite sex, right? I think that as you get older, you said 7 years.
They've been together. They've been married for 7 years.
In, you pretty much know your partner. You know what I'm saying? You still how they're young, I'm sure.
He didn't tell me how old they were.
Well, if you're younger, you're growing together, and if you're together 7 years, you've seen evolution in yourselves and in the relationship. But you have to know and define what each relationship you have outside of your union is, because it's just room for confusion. And if you're uncomfortable with that, you got to speak up and say that you're uncomfortable with it.
Yeah, I grew up in our community, like, my mom has male friends. Like, it was never weird to me to have a platonic relationship with someone of the opposite sex. But that I realized that was a little more cultural, it seems like, because here it's a big thing. Like, you don't trust your partner to have platonic relationships. It's very odd to me. Like, I'm not like that at all. So I think if he's really uncomfortable with her having a friend, someone that she could really confide in, whether they were male or female, I mean, that sounds like a insecurity issue that he may need to work on.
Sound like they need to take it to the therapist.
Yeah, they definitely need to take it to therapy.
Or just ask the question.
Well, he asked her.
He asked her. She said no.
But he still feels away, so I think they need to go talk to a professional.
I agree.
And he told her he didn't want her speaking to the person,
And
but
she continued.
And she continued.
Yeah. That's a problem.
What is the problem?
That's a problem. If your partner is uncomfortable with something to that effect,
and they ask you to stop,
and you say yes, you say yes, but then you still do it.
That's not cool.
That's what his problem is.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, she shouldn't have said yes. She should have said exactly what it is. Like, hey, this is a really good friend of mine. Like, I really enjoy talking to this person.
Introduce you to him.
Not for any sexual or any. I'm not attracted to this person, but I need a friend. Like, I need someone that I can talk to in this way, and this person might just be that one.
Kind of feel the room and see what it is. Yeah, I think when they all get together, then he can kind of feel what it is.
Yeah,
but if they want to stay married, I feel like they should go seek therapy.
Agreed.
Like before I got engaged to my fiance, she met Sue. She met all my female friends, because I have female friends in my work.
That's responsible.
Yeah,
that are responsible women that I'm not attracted to. You know what I'm saying? Physically, strictly platonic friendship.
Right. That's right.
My fiance has met everybody.
You're eloquently saying that.
So, I don't know. But then again, if she's not introducing him to I think it's an issue.
You got to have, if you're in a relationship.
The issue could be that her man is just insecure about a whole bunch of stuff.
Yes, he can
already.
be insecure. However,
really be an insecure dude.
My point is, if he asks you to do something, you say you did it and then you don't.
Now that's wrong.
That's
Agreed.
the problem.
Yeah, I agree. That is wrong.
So they have a problem. They have two problems. The problem that she's still talking to the dude after they spoke about it. So y'all got to speak about that. And I suggest what Octavia said. Y'all should go to counseling.
I would like to give some advice also to people in relationships.
Mm-hmm.
I feel that if you are in a relationship and you know you need energy from the opposite sex, energy could be conversation, it could be workout partner, it could be things that you just don't do all the time with your significant other. I think that's necessary and healthy, but you have to define what that is. You cannot allow gray areas. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. Basically doing it and your partner doesn't know you're doing it.
And
correct.
The human nature of men and women is to flirt. It's just human nature.
It's natural, man.
You know
I get
it.
So
it's
you
so
gotta
natural.
Really jump out there and be like, look, the person, have a real conversation. Look, I'm married. I ain't with none of that. I mean, it's fun, but that's not what I'm trying to do. You really need to just jump out there and put it. You know what I'm talking about? Because you can't let temptation define your relationship.
Just don't flirt in front of my face, because I'm gonna catch a case. Bars. Okay.
Hey.
Has anybody in this room ever been in an open relationship?
No.
Absolutely.
No. Nobody.
Nah.
Hello?
Kind of, sort of, halfway.
I mean, I don't necessarily think it was a relationship. I was like, hey, I'm just letting you know.
I'm dating around. Okay.
Listen, man.
Cool? All right, cool.
I just want to know how open relationships work. Like, I started.
Relationships don't end up working.
Well, I was looking some up, and there were so many different scenarios. And for some people, it really does work. For some people, it's strictly like, it's weird. It's just like if they just want to have sex with somebody. Whereas for other people, it's like being able to get a little bit of this from that person, a little bit of that, and just allowing yourself to be satisfied with,
That's kind of dangerous to me.
What?
I just want to know.
More than dangerous.
That's kind of dangerous.
It really works for some people. So I'm curious to know.
I get it. Whatever floats your boat.
People with sexual appetites,
Well, that's the thing. In my mind, I always thought that open relationships were
Talking about, like,
mainly
swingers.
about sex. Like that's what I thought. But then I started looking into
Only
it.
be what it's about.
No, sometimes it's about.
stability by having friends and not sex.
Well, sometimes it's about an emotional connection or compatibility as far as like things that you guys might be interested in that your partner might not be.
Are you open to an open relationship?
No, I'm just curious to know. Like there are so many different kinds. I just
So
want to
you,
know.
so you're
I
curious.
don't have
You
any
have
secrets.
curiosities.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
interesting.
No, but like
I do, yes.
Like
I
on,
want to know.
like
So
on,
if you're in an open relationship, let me know how that works. I'm so curious.
If you're in an open relationship, send me a DM. Let's talk about it on Baller Man.
Just
At Ferrari Simmons.
Listen, I want to know. Okay, so just let me know.
Like,
DM me at _solo.
for
I'm
instance,
just curious. I
for
want to
instance,
know
on
how
the
it works.
Housewives this past season, Shamari and Ronnie DeVoe were on, and they were talking about their open relationship and how it was dangerous, and then they had to close it because they didn't want to lose their marriage.
Because you can kind of get off track.
Yeah.
But now let me say, like, what is the definition of an open relationship? Because Facebook has had that for a while.
Oh, I didn't know
It
that.
says in open relationship with da 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 da.
What?
Yeah, you can.
I
you can
never knew
put,
that.
That's one of the options.
Whoa.
I don't know if I haven't checked it in a minute because mine says engaged now.
Yes. Yes.
I believe when it first happened, it was like in open relationship.
Wow. Yeah, I just think that's just you open the door for disaster. But just like having, a poly relationship. You know what I'm talking about? It gets a little, you know what I mean? It gets a little sticky. I don't know anything about that. And now it's time for comment creeping.
Comments creeping. All right.
I would just say too, if they,
Look, you can't
a
let
lot of people,
it.
a lot of people probably want to open their relationship because they don't want to cheat on the person. They probably want to be honest, so they like.
That was some of the things that I found because we were talking about how it's natural for humans to flirt, right? Like, so
All right, before
who's to
we get
say
to
that it's not
comment creeping.
natural to want to maybe take a little far?
I gotta say this. You know what? Probably open relationships suck for guys. Let me tell you why.
Yeah, because guys
Because
are just
if-
so.
They want to
So
go
what?
do what they want to do, but
So
they
Yeah,
don't want
so
If your
contradicting.
Because if your girl go out the house,
Men are so
Oh, yeah, babe,
contradictive,
I
so
gotta go out with a
hypocritical.
little-
But that was
Like, so
but that was
hypocritical.
the thing
So are
about
women.
Ronnie
When-
DeVoe and Shamari.
Exactly.
He wanted
So are women.
No, then
he
listen to
said you
this.
can go see any other woman that you want, but you can't be with no man.
Like, you got me up. Okay, hold on.
because
If
y'all,
we gonna do this, we gonna do this.
women are so
we not.
internal. We're outernal.
Doesn't matter.
Internal
It matters,
external.
man. It matters.
It matters to y'all in your head, but if me and my husband decide that we're going to be in an open relationship, you are not going to tell me that I can only be with women. Like, you can't tell me that.
Good question. Good
No,
one.
I'm talking about the example
Shamari
that she
and
just
Ronnie
came up
DeVoe
with. Like,
relationship.
no, like he legit told her like, yeah, we could be in an open relationship, but you can't sleep with any men. Excuse me?
So open relationship should be both parties doing whatever the hell they
Can I
want.
ask y'all a serious question though?
They have
Y'all
Every
want
relationship
more
is
than
I don't know.
different.
I guess it's
Y'all
different.
want more than one penis in you.
I want to learn about
no,
open
no,
relationships. That's what I'm saying. I want to, just so it's clear, I want to
Every
learn.
woman is different.
Question: do you want to experience?
Have sex with multiple-
I
Hold on, wait,
want to
wait.
learn. I
Stop,
want to learn
Kenny,
what they're
stop.
about.
Multiple fucking dicks in you in 1 month. I want to know.
Kenny, that is a question for baller nations because there are so many women out there, so
That's
many
a
different types
question.
of women.
That's a question
Like,
for somebody
I'm
who
going
needs
there.
sex.
So wait.
That's a question for somebody who needs
I'm
sex
not
all the
judging
time.
anybody who
No, do your thing.
wants
There
to
are
explore
some,
themselves.
but
It's
there are
cool.
some people in open relationships again because it's an emotional attachment that they get from this person,
But wait.
or maybe their partner is boring
Here-
and they're like, okay, this
here's the
person likes
kicker.
to do sports and activities
Here's
and all
the
that
kicker.
stuff.
There's a lot of people in open
I ain't
relationships
even
and they
gonna
don't
look
even
back
know.
now. I'll just see it on the episode.
It's people in open relationships and don't even know. Like,
Right.
I'm a curious person. I just feel like,
I catch you out there in an open relationship, I'm gonna tie your ass.
No, but I think everybody has a different definition to their open
That's why I said,
relationship.
And that's what I
are there
said.
rules to an open
you
relationship?
said you tie me up and bring me to love.
Because
no,
I know
that's
one
what I
particular
said.
couple. Wait, Kenny, and Sue, and I'll tell you that.
Oh my god.
Everybody here, I know one particular couple. The girl lets her. They're in an open relationship, but she don't do shit. She just let her guy go do it. And then sometimes he'll bring a girl and bring the girl back to the house. You know what I mean? Sometimes she'll go out with him. They'll pick. girl that they want.
That just got a yeah.
I didn't say anything.
That is, y'all see that how that just got a yeah, like all right.
So is that open relationship or is that just some other shit? I don't know. Is that open or what?
It could be her coming to the realization that maybe her man will never be faithful to her, so she's decided to accept it. You know, she decided to accept it. It could be so many different things. All right, comment creeping.
Playing from his full time. Creep.
All right, funny man Marlon Wayans posted a gorgeous photo of his child and said, "Happy Pride to my pride and joy. I wouldn't change one effing thing about you. Love you to the moon, around the sun, through the galaxies and back." And he got chewed out. There were so many people in the comments calling him a bad parent for supporting his child's alternative lifestyle, I guess you could say. One person said, "Damn, unfollow, sad shit." He responds, "Bye." Another one said, "She's not old enough to understand what that's really all about. You have the power to change lives, bro. Don't teach her that." He responds, "She's 19. She's who she is until she don't choose different. Love her for her, not for what I want her to be," which I thought was awesome. I think the most ignorant one was from somebody named 3MDH5. He says, or she says, because they're definitely trolling, no picture.
Well, that sounds familiar.
Facts. "You think if you support her, you are good? Being a parent is not about saying yes to everything. No, you need to say yes on the good things only. Now, just one question. If you really support her, would you give up being a grandfather because of this stupid decision that she made? Because as last as I remember, 2 girls can't make a baby."
People are so fucking ignorant.
He responds to that. He says, "There's technology and I got the means. So thank you, shallow fucker. Go hate your own kids."
Says the person that probably doesn't even have a kid, probably doesn't even know what it takes, probably ain't never been through shit.
Probably has a difficult time coming out of the closet themselves.
Yeah,
like
man.
they're looking at a child who was able to come out and be comfortable, and you envy this kid who's like, "Hey, this is who I am," despite of being bullied, despite of being looked at funny. Like, that is strength for a child.
It's
to be able
easy to say some shit from here like this right here. It's so easy.
It's super easy. It's super easy.
Shit ever, bro.
Like, I don't think. Whatever. Marlon Wayans held it down though.
The parents are coming out and supporting their kids.
I love it.
Celebrity parents, you know, like the Dwayne
Gabrielle
Wade.
Wade. Yeah.
It's most important because you don't really understand. That's why people like that get on my nerves.
Yeah.
Like, you don't know how that can send someone into a spiral.
Right.
Those little kids are trying to find who they are, trying to live in their truth, and you out there, you know, putting this in the mix. That can send somebody off the ledge, literally. Like, so fuck all of y'all.
Man, I got a personal story. It's kind of emotional, but I have a cousin, man, blood cousin. I mean, you know, we knew he was gay when we was younger. We was all outside. He was inside. But he's the funniest person. That was my cousin. Love him to death. We go out to eat. People would be like, "Why you hanging out with him?" Well, nigga, that's my cousin, bro. You feel me? But his dad my uncle,
never supported it.
Didn't support it, never acknowledged it. So he was scared out all the way through college to, you know what I'm saying? He still never really came out because of my uncle.
Right.
And, you know.
I can't imagine living like that.
It kind of sucked because it was like, damn, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, Unc, a real G though, like, you know, street dude back in the day.
Yeah.
So it was kind of hard for him to accept it. You know what I'm saying? But it was just tough kind of seeing that dynamic, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, he came out recently and shit, he was like, man, I feel like...
He feels normal. He feels like himself.
He feels normal. He feels like he just had this weight lifted off his shoulders. Shit. And guess what? My uncle accepted it. They cool now. It's super dope. But I wish it would have happened before because I think maybe it would have been...
time, you know?
I just felt like it, you know what I'm saying? Like all that miscommunication could have been better. It would have been like easier for him, you know what I'm saying? Because there was a lot of times that he didn't go places with us because, yeah, you know what I'm saying?
But Rory, you were kind, you were good to him. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure.
Yeah, but that's what for me, like, you know, just, you know, homosexuality. I learned that at a young age because my cousin.
Yeah, a couple cousins.
I had a couple cousins, yeah, and one of them was older. Yeah, she crazy, but. She my age, but I'm saying he's a little older than me, so I saw at a young age. I was like, I used to ask my mom why he act like, you know, my sister. You know what I'm saying? But I used to think it was funny, you know what I'm saying? Because he was the same person. And I learned that he was just normal, you know what I'm saying? So when I saw other people bashing it and stuff like that, I always was like, nah, bro, like
you
that ain't cool.
Do that here.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? I got a real family member that's that way and shit. He'll beat your ass. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can fight all
Don't
that
try
shit.
them.
Right. Oh, and this has nothing to do with what you said. But did y'all see that clip of the gay dudes that was fighting, and the dude was big as shit?
Yeah.
Hold on, he slammed the dude like the Hulk, but then he hit him like a girl. Hey, dog, put it on the screen. Hey, dog.
I have to see this.
Hey, dog. He slammed like, dog, Hulk slam, and then all of a sudden he hit him. He's like,
hey, man.
Hilarious.
Hey.
All right.
Okay.
And now it's time for Confucius Said. In all serious, Baller Nation, living in fear will keep you from the goal. It will keep you from achieving your dreams. It will keep you from your truth. We have to always revel in the fact that we're going to be nervous when it's time to go on stage. We're going to be nervous when it's time to address somebody that we respect or look up to but ain't treating us right. But it's something we have to do. We can't let it slide. We can't let it wait. We can't take us, 2, 3, 4, 5 days to think about it and let the true emotions that you're feeling go past. You got to address it immediately. Do not live in fear, Baller Nation. And make sure y'all check out When They See Us. Amazing movie. Big shout out to Ava. We love you. We appreciate you. Peace.
Baller Nation, goodbye.
The dream is real.